All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99 back with another video. All right, y'all, so I'm back with a real quick short video here. I just wanted to give my thoughts on this fight because a few people asked me about this one. I talked about it in the live stream, but just real quick here, if you want to pull up the video for those that wanted to know my thoughts on this upcoming fight, here it is. So, yeah, it's going down. UFC 296, December 16th. Casey O'Neal's making her return against Ariane Lipsky. And this is a good flyweight fight. First off, I'm going to say I think this is going to be a real good fight here. Ariane Lipsky, she's been looking good in the past couple of performances, and I think she's earned a top 15 opponent off of her last couple of fights. She's looked good, and she's beat two game unranked fighters, in my opinion, So it's time to step it up for her, see how her skills are going to look against a top 15 opponent. For Casey O'Neal, I believe it's time for her to fight down again, to step up her skills and kind of build up her game, because she stepped hers up after a nice little undefeated streak she was on in the UFC. But as soon as she stepped it up against a former title contender like Jennifer Maia, she came up short. So I think it's wise for her to fight down, because if she fights up again, against fighters like Chikay, against Santos, or even Barber, I think, she would lose those fights, So I think she needs to kind of go back to the drawing board, step it up against a dangerous fighter in Lipsky that's going to make her make adjustments. And, yeah, I think that's a good fight for her. Ariane Lipsky, looking at her first, she's on a nice little 2-fight win streak, two names that I thought were going to beat her, that I picked to beat her. But she came in there with some redefined takedown defense, more confidence in her striking, picking her shots now and just overall letting her hands go, controlling that pace. And I think that really, I think she really has Amanda Nunes to thank for that. She's really helped her step up her game when it came down to using her power and letting those leg kicks go. Lipsky's been looking like a different fighter in the past couple of fights. Every time she was stepping that range, she was letting her hands go on Lipsky. Lipsky was letting her hands go on Aldridge, on Melissa Gatto. She had Melissa Gatto backing up at times. It was a close fight, but you could see that Lipsky was putting the pressure on Gatto and making Gatto respect her, because she cracked Gatto a couple of times in that fight. And when Gatto tasted that power, Lipsky was taking control of it, right? And also against another technical striker in Aldridge, she was landing the best shots. She was taking control of that fight. And when both Aldridge and Gatto wanted to make that adjustment, like some fighters would do in the past with Lipsky, they would go for the takedown. Lipsky was showcasing some great takedown defense. It was a mixture of takedown defense and offense at the same time. She would clinch you up, land those knees to the body, and land some hard shots on the inside. So, Lipsky's been improving here. And, with what I've seen with her beating those two fighters, I think it's time to fight a top 15 like Casey O'Neal. Casey O'Neal, she's relentless. She puts that pressure on. She'll put you in the cage. She'll fight you on the inside. She'll fight you on the outside. She'll let her hands go. So this is the type of style I think that Lipsky needs to see if she can dictate the pace, slow down Casey O'Neal, and even stop her takedown. All right. We got to see if she can do all of that. But Lipsky, to me, looking forward, looking at the past, she used to get taken down with ease because she didn't really have that strength. But looking forward now, she does kind of have that strength, and she knows how to control, using her striking to keep a lot of these girls honest now, So I think that's what she's going to need to do to Casey O'Neal. She's going to have to get her in that tie clinch early, but she's also going to have to fight off the back foot a little bit here, because if she tries to put the pressure on and they meet in the middle, she's probably going to eat a lot of shots, and Casey O'Neal's going to probably take her down, right? But when you look at power advantage here, you can definitely give that to Lipsky, So it's going to have to be on Lipsky to set up the traps, Casey O'Neal has a real good chin, I think, a good heart. So the shots that she sees coming, she'll take them and keep coming. She'll take them and keep smothering and try to lay on Lipsky, even if she's hurt, to get her to the ground. So I think it's going to be important for Lipsky to play the counter strike here, use angles and set up that right hand, even that left hook, to catch Casey O'Neal when she's coming in. All right. So, yeah, I think Lipsky's arsenal has advanced over the past couple of years, and we've seen that. But fighters like Casey O'Neal and Montana in the past, girls that are a little bit bigger and they're relentless, they kind of give her trouble. They put her on her back with ease. So she's going to have to be just as scrappy, and defensive minded as well in this type of fight against Casey O'Neill, because Casey O'Neill just keeps on coming. Unless you can stop her, she's gonna keep on coming. Casey O'Neill, man, the one thing I've seen about her in her last fight is a couple of things is, her IQ. She needs to learn how to make more adjustments with her striking. We know that she can let the hands go and turn shots over, but, she's gonna have to start picking her shots more and start making traps herself. She's got a long reach. She's got to start just fighting smart off the jab and stop running head first in the shots. And the second thing is her defense. You can't go in there against Ariane Lipsky, who can crack, leading with your chin. You can't go in there screaming like you're a warrior against Lipsky, because before you can scream out that warrior call in this type of fight, Lipsky gonna lay you out. Let me just go ahead and say that. If you make it all the way to the end in the third round with 5 seconds left to go, and you beating Lipsky up, then let out your war cry. But you ain't gonna be letting that out against Lipsky right away, because by the time you let that out, or try to let that out, Lipsky gonna crack you. Let me just say that. But yeah, Casey O'Neill, I think her defense, she's got to step that up. She's got to start moving her head a little bit more, taking her head off the line when she throws the jab. Set up those head kicks, wisely against Lipsky. She's got to mix it up a little bit more. She can't be just strictly offense in this type of fight. She's got to be slowing it down, avoiding damage. Because if she wants to get to the top 5 and top 10, you got to avoid damage. Because the bigger strikers up there, they'll take you apart. So against Lipsky, this is where we see her have to step up her defense and take away the power of Ariane Lipsky. So it's been about 9 months. Whenever she makes a return in December, it'll be about 9 months for Casey O'Neill. So it's another little long layoff for her. But I think during that time, she's been watching fights, and, she's been trying to get her training in, trying to do the smart thing and stay fit, So I think she needed this little time period off here, and it shouldn't really affect her performances. Before the Jennifer Maia fight, she was out for like over a year because of the injury, but she's still young, So her coming back fighting Jennifer Maia showed she had the heart to go in there and take on somebody at that level, even though I didn't think she would win that fight. It just showed what kind of heart she has. But another 9 months off, that kind of lets her get that rest and recovery in again, because she had another injury. But she's got to be prepared for Ariane Lipsky, because Lipsky's coming. Lipsky's unranked right now, and I think this is the best Lipsky's looked throughout her whole career right now. So yeah, she's got to look out for this one, because she's coming for that spot. And I think Lipsky has the tools to get this fight done. Now, can she do it? Do I think she will do it? I got it as a 50-50 fight right now. I got it as 50-50 here, because there's certain styles that Lipsky succumbs to, that can put her on her back and just punk her out sometime, you know what I mean? But when she can make her power known, that's when she takes over. But it's gonna be hard to get Casey O'Neill to respect her like that. Casey's gonna be trying to fight in this type of scrap, no matter what. So I think it could go either way right now when you put these two styles together. Even though Casey O'Neill got ranked first, I think when you match these two type of fighters up, anything can happen in this type of fight, really. But the one that has that grit and has shown different ways to win, you kind of have to lean toward Casey O'Neill just early on. All right. But guys, let me know what y'all think of the fight in the comment section. Yeah, UFC 296, December 16th, combo breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.